Funny Love. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for checking out my channel. If you would be so kind, please hit that subscribe button. There's also a little bell right next to the subscribe option. If you could click on that as well, I would greatly appreciate it. Also, this way you'd be notified immediately once you click on that bell. Anytime that I upload any videos on this channel, you'd know right away. So let's get into a little talk about Miss Destinee. I just want to say that I was extremely impressed with how brave she is. Very brave. Gay and transgender, and her weight loss struggles. All of that combined, and the fact that she had no issue with coming on national television and talking about all of those challenges is commendable. It's very rare that you come across people that are willing to say all of that and talk about all of these struggles that they're going through and dealing with all at one time. I was just so impressed, very impressed. That's just the type of bravery that you would be impressed by, because so many people hide behind what's not real. So, I commend her. I want to talk a little bit about these shower scenes, not just about Miss Destinee, but just overall for most of the cast members. It's difficult. It's very, very hard for them to do this. And they asked the question in the discussion groups on Facebook, are the shower scenes necessary? Well, it's not like they're showing nakedness. They're not showing any nakedness. Necessary body parts are blurred out, as you can see. But the show is centered around challenges and hardships for people that are morbidly obese. And believe it or not, it is actually difficult for them to take a shower. It's not easy. Sometimes they have to have help. As you can see in this picture right here, she's getting help just to get out of the shower. So it's difficult. And yes, the shower scenes are necessary to see how they struggle. Just wanted to talk a little bit about Miss Destinee's struggle with food as well. As you can see, it's hard for her to stop. Very, very hard for her to stop. I mean, look at what she's going through. Transgender, gay, and I'm sure it was very hard for her to come out and be exposed. Food is just an escape for a lot of people, and it was definitely an escape for her. Definitely. With everything that she endured. In and out of foster homes, mother going back and forth to jail. When he finally meets his dad after not knowing his dad for years, a week later he passes away. Destinee really went through some shit. And my heart went out to her. My heart really went out to her. It's just really extremely rare that I feel any sympathy for any of these castmates, because the behavior that they indulge in is self-inflicted. So it's very, very difficult for me to feel sorry for them, even with understanding their situations and how hard their life is and all of that. I get it, but it's still self-inflicted behavior, and it's really bad. So it's just hard for me to feel any sympathy for most of these cast members. But Miss Destinee, I will cut her some slack. She was very brave. She came out and admitted to a lot of things on national television that most people wouldn't admit to. Brave enough to come out and talk about her sexuality and her gender change and her struggles with being morbidly obese. Takes a lot of courage. Takes a lot of courage to do that. Miss Destinee lost her brother, her younger brother. His name was Anthony, and that's a lot of her issue as well. When he passed away, she talked as if she just wanted to give up and didn't even want to be around anymore. She wanted to just go right along with him and join him, just the two of them together in the afterlife. I mean, that's really how she wanted things to be. So much so, it was so bad for her, so much so to where she ended up in a mental hospital. I'm glad she was able to get things in order, but that was just really, really sad to hear about that. Really, really sad. Well, she's at the doctor now, going to see doctor now, and look at that scale, 665. And that's the one thing about this episode that I really just didn't care for. I loved everything else about this episode except for this part right here, which is something I don't like about a lot of the episodes in my 600-pound life. These cast members step on the scale and they see a high number like that and they act like they don't understand why. Oh, they know why. They've been eating like pigs, and a lot of the eating that they're doing for them to get to a number that high is hidden. They don't do it around other people. So when they get weighed in front of other people, they try to put on this act as if they just cannot understand how they got to that point. They know. They just do a lot of overeating when nobody's around. But you can't really hide that because it shows up in how you look. Your weight is outrageous. People can look at you and tell how you eat. And it's not even really so much of what you're eating, it's the amount, it's the large portions, it's the snacking all throughout the day. They know exactly why. That's the only thing about this episode that really kind of got on my nerves. Everything else was pretty good though. So here we get to the part where Destinee has met up with Dr. Now. And of course, you know the routine. You know what he's going to tell her. 1,200 low calorie diet. You know, we're going to start you on this. You come back and everything should be, you know, you should be 80 pounds lighter. And she looked pretty enthusiastic. She looked as if she was going to try to stick with the diet. It wasn't really easy for her to do. It's not easy for anybody to do. I mean, when you get that large, it's because you're really used to eating a certain type of way. So obviously it was a challenge for her to get to the point where she couldn't eat like that anymore. Extremely big challenge at that, because coming back to Dr. Now 2 months later, as we see right here from these photos, she did not lose the target weight. She was supposed to be like under 600 pounds, like 5 something, and she was still in the 600s. So it was rough for her. I get it. Food is an addiction. I say that all the time. It's hard to stop eating like that. The doctor wasn't very pleased with her lack of progress. She made some progress, but not what they discussed and agreed upon. So he sends her to start psychotherapy to find out why she's emotionally eating so much. So she pretty much ends up having therapy sessions with Miss Lola and told things that she really doesn't want to hear, but they end up being for her best interest. At least Miss Destinee was brave enough and mature enough to admit that she just wasn't ready for some of those things that she needed to work on, but she ended up adhering to it and it ended up being all good. Things were working out for her. That therapy session helped for things to work out for her. So we pretty much get to the point where she finally ends up doing what she needed to do in order to lose enough weight to where Dr. Now makes it official that she's going to get the surgery. It was quite a struggle for her. It would be for anybody. So once you follow by those rules, you end up being able to get on that operating table, which is a good thing. These patients really are happy and excited about being able to finally get that surgery after so much hard work. Down to 502 pounds right before surgery. So she was pretty much staying on track and doing what she needed to do in order to get there. She was quite excited. Thank God for Dr. Now. God bless him. He's one of the best bariatric surgeons in the game. I mean, he's awesome. He takes on patients that are 500 pounds plus, which most bariatric surgeons don't do. If you're under 600 pounds, really 500 pounds, most bariatric surgeons will take you if you're under 500 pounds. But if you're over 500 pounds, most of them won't even come near you. They're like, nope, we're not going to go there. You'd have to find somebody else to help you. So I'm just really glad that he was able to help Destinee and she was able to get through it. God bless Dr. Now. God bless Destinee. And it's just a really great episode. awesome to see brave people come forth and not really care what others think and just put it out there that, this is me. Take it or leave it. And she's going to do great, great things. Okay, guys, that's my time. Follow me on all social media. Here's the information.